Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's Greg. It's Thursday. What is today? It is the 27th of February, 2020. And these are my thoughts for the day as I'm driving into work. Lots of fun. Anyway, today, I'm going into the office, working on, continuing to work on some difficult transactions in the real estate area. I told you yesterday I'm still working on that $15 million retail deal in Connecticut. Nothing but problems, very difficult, probably one of the most difficult deals I've worked on. And looking at a deal tomorrow in New York, in Brooklyn, which is a very interesting vacant building in a great area of Williamsburg with a major sponsor. It's like a $30 million deal. And then have another one over in Long Island City, which is another $30 million deal, a vacant building that they're going to renovate and turn into office and retail. And a bunch of other things. I have a mixed use down in Soho that I'm looking at, retail on the first floor and four luxury apartments above. Interesting, but Soho commercial is a shit show. But anyway, that's my real estate side, and then there's my digital marketing side, which is the focus of this YouTube channel. I'm going to have another channel that's going to be devoted to real estate. Excuse me. But anyway, today I'm just thinking about mindset, which is important in any business. You can learn as much as you want to learn about things. You can read books, you can take seminars, you can learn virtually anything about any topic you want, including internet marketing or digital marketing. But until you actually put things into practice and actually take action, you're not going to go anywhere, right? Obviously. I mean, that's true of any business, but it's particularly true in internet marketing because there's so many different get-rich-quick schemes out there, and so many charlatans in the form of gurus that are just trying to sell you a bunch of crap that doesn't really work and will never get you anywhere, right? And we've all been there. I've been there, you've been there, presumably, if you spend any time in the digital marketing space. There's just a lot of crap out there. But in addition to learning things and putting things into action, one thing that strikes me always that's very important that I see a lot of people just missing the boat on is mindset. Okay, and a lot of times when you mention something intangible like mindset, people's eyes glaze over and they lose interest. Yeah, mindset, yeah, right. Like it's some ethereal thing that has no substance. But it is really important. I have an email list with about 10,000 subscribers, and you would not believe the number of people that send me emails, that say, in effect, give me a way to be successful. Show me how to do this. I can't do anything. I have this disability, that disability. I have some disease. I have, all the reasons, all the excuses, and they're looking for something from the outside, somebody from the outside to come in and give them something that all of a sudden is going to make them all this money. I mean, I don't know where that mentality comes from. I mean, you see it in politics too, right? I don't want to get political here, but this resurgence of socialism, which people talk about as being a progressive idea. Socialism is not a progressive idea. Socialism is a regressive idea. that was developed by Karl Marx in the 1800s. It's not a new idea. It's not progressive. It's regressive, okay? And somehow this idea that you're going to somehow get a magic bullet, or somebody's going to tell you something, or somebody's going to give you something that all of a sudden is going to turn your life around, I don't know where this comes from because it couldn't be farther from the truth. You know, whether it's politics or business or whatever. Everything in your life, everything you get or don't get, comes from you and comes from the mindset that you have and the way you approach life, okay? If you're waiting around for somebody to give you something, or for somebody else to just help you because you're such a victim, I mean, that is the most unproductive mindset that you could ever have, right? You have to get in the mindset of taking responsibility for your life and realizing that life is hard, you know? And the only way you're going to get to be what you want to be or do what you want to do is by bearing down, deciding you're going to do it, and taking the steps and persisting until you get there. And be willing to fail and not care about what other people think. You know, if you're sitting around trying to satisfy other people, and you know, whether it be your parents or your wife or your siblings or whomever, and you're listening to what they are saying to you and what, you know, responding to all the external stimuli coming into you, and you don't have your own thoughts and your own ideas, you're lost. You're basically lost. Okay, because life is hard, man. Life is tough. And when you first start something like digital marketing, for example, you know, wanting to live the digital lifestyle, that's cool and everything, but you got to realize it's not going to be easy. If it were easy, everyone would be doing it, right? Working for yourself and being an entrepreneur in general is a very tough road. There are enormous benefits in the form of freedom and, you know, calling your own shots and not having a boss, etc. But it's by no means easy. And anybody who's telling you, you know, order this, order that, do X, Y, and Z, and all of a sudden, you know, your life's going to be great. I mean, I hope everyone that's listening to this sees through that, right? Now, you know, what kind of a mindset do you have to have? I think it's really just, you know, you have to decide where you want to go, what you want to be, right? And then, yes, there is a certain amount of knowledge, of course, that you have to know in order to get there, and you're going to learn along the way. But you got to just start doing. You got to just start doing, taking steps, one step at a time. Be willing to not know what you're doing. Be willing to fail. And just dedicate yourself to achieving the goal. And not taking no for an answer, and just pushing through. Not viewing failure as something permanent, just something temporary, part of the process. Because every successful person out there has failed. And in some cases, unbelievably. You know, I've relayed this in my personal life. You know, I view myself, I've been involved in a lot of businesses, from investment banking to real estate to internet marketing. And I've had huge failures along the way. But, you know, I have the type of personality where I persist and I just plow through it, and I'm so really stubborn that I refuse to accept defeat, and I just keep pushing. And if I had to to, tell you one characteristic that is the most important, that leads to success. It's that. Just being doggedly persistent and stubborn. And is that something you're born with? I don't know. I think you can develop it over time, but you have to get this idea out of your head that anybody owes you anything, or anybody really gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit, okay? Nobody gives a shit about your problems. Nobody gives you shit about what your mother said when you were 5. Nobody cares that you grew up in a slum. Life's not fair, right? Right? I'm not 6'4", okay? That sucks, or 6'2", whatever. I'm a 5'8" guy, okay? Now, have I been, have there been, yeah, the phone just fell. Have I been, have women, etc., been prejudiced toward me because of that? Sure. Is that fair? No. My one son is 6'3", and he's good looking. He's 6'3". Who do you think gets all the chicks? The guy who's 6'3" and good looking. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. Is it fair that some women are, beautiful from day one, and everybody fawns all over them their whole life, and they never have to do anything or think of anything, or everything's taken care of them? No, it's not fair. You're dealt a hand in life, and you have to deal with it. And it's incredible, this victim culture that's developed in this country. Maybe it's the world, I don't know, but it's just unbelievable how people use victimhood as an excuse for not accomplishing things and for not being who they want to be. I don't know where it comes from. I'm not going to solve that problem. I'm just telling you that if that's the way you approach life, you can look forward to a life of misery and failure. And you're going to be very unhappy. And let's face it, the purpose in life is to be happy. Okay? I've been rich, and I've been poor, and I've been in the middle. And obviously rich is better, but the most important thing is happiness. I remember years when I worked on Wall Street where I made the most money. And I can honestly tell you, it's not because I made the most money, it's just what I had to do to make that money. I can tell you I was the most miserable. Some of the most miserable periods of my life was when I made the most money. So if you're sitting around thinking, oh, if I only made $1 million, then I'd be happy, you're deluding yourself, okay? The purpose in life is to be happy. Now, what does happy mean? It means aligning your reality, aligning your daily life with the value system that you have, and aligning your life also with who you truly are. So knowing who you truly are and what's truly going to make you happy, and then pursuing those goals, is really what life is all about. Okay? I don't know what more to say, but that's really what's coming to me now, here, today. So, mindset is important. Mindset is everything. Wealthy people have a different mindset than poor people. I would say that wealthy people make a connection between their actions, their integrity, and their outcomes, whereas poor people, or people that never accomplish anything, ascribe cause to other people, to external factors, to everything outside themselves. Okay? If I had to, just define it as that. Making another turn here. Trying to avoid the mail truck. Okay, here we go. All right. So when you're talking about mindset, you're talking about taking responsibility for your life, taking responsibility for how you react to things, and your own integrity. Okay, just one word about integrity because I'm almost at the office. I want you to look at, and I try to do this with myself almost daily, take a look at your integrity level in your own life. Is it high or is it low? Does your word mean something in the world? When you say you're going to do something on a certain date, do you deliver? Or do you have excuses as to why you didn't accomplish it? Think about that. So, I guess my final message here is just think about, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow, think about your integrity level in your life. Think about when you promise things and you let people down and the impact of that. Because I would argue that your life directly reflects where you are in your integrity. Okay, just think about that, and then we'll talk more about it tomorrow. Okay? So that's all for today. I'm just about at the office. Take care, YouTube. Enjoy your day, and I'll speak with you again tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.